Good evening. Here we are again. It's April 4/4/24. Welcome back for another live stream on OfficeJS. Well, yeah, Office in general. Let's start the show. Welcome back. Last week we ended with, I think, with Outlook. Let's move to the code window here. I don't really remember where we left off last week. It was too late, I guess. I do remember some issues with caching and things like that. So let's see what the last state was. Let's open the terminal window. I still need to update PowerShell, is what I see. Data, repos. What was last week? 28. (2024/03/28). Let's see what's in there. Office add-in samples. Outlook Blazor add-in. That's 28. Maybe that's the one. I had two available. But that's Excel, this is Outlook. What's the other one? 28-1. That looks like a little bit newer. Although this terminated 2024-1. Let's have a look at that first. I think we created another clone to make sure that it was working again. Let's run this and see if it's actually loading or not. F5. No, this is not loading. So let's open the other one. This one fails also. No. Close. And go in, back again. Pick the other one. Not this one. 2801-1. This one. Let's try to run that. Wants to authenticate, multi-factor. Although the account doesn't have multi-factor developer account. You do have the custom label there. Register for build. Oh, this is remove. My ribbon disappeared. Microsoft build, May 21st, 23. Session topics include AI Cloud, AI Cloud Copilot, and more. Okay. Does it have attachments? No attachments. I think we start from scratch. This is the Office tab. Let's open the other one. Must be this one. So the thing was that we tried to move the ribbon to the to its own ribbon. But for now, let's try to just add another one, another button to the same location. Right value. So there we have commands. Did we put it in here as well? Let's close Outlook here. Go to the add in there. Root. There's no such thing as the commands. Go to the other one. Copy that. Copy. Paste it in. There's one. Dash. No dash. That's good. We actually have a command in here. It's loading the commands there. Giving the right value. And nothing more than that. Except for this one doesn't work. I wonder if we could do something with the dialog APIs. Let's first make sure that we also load the commands. Copy. There. It's confusing. This one is the... Which one is the 2021 version? That's the old one. That's the new one. Good. Commands, right value. Let's do nothing there. For now. We need some things there. I think that's squiggly. There's a function for this one. Let's revert this. That doesn't look like the right one. This one is matching that one. So it should be squiggly there. So we have to take out the whole set there. Like so. Then go to the XML here. And let's have a look. You want to add another control. Copy. To do so, we need new IDs as well. That's just the idea. There's no reference to that, so something else. Let's duplicate this. Something else. Label. How's that for a smart name? Super tip title. Something else. Super tip title. Might be too long. Let's see if we can find how long an ID can be. Resource ID. Manifest samples. I need the reference for this. Here. Let's find resource ID. Part of control, button control. There we have no ribbon ID. What's the title? Title. We have a title. This is also kind of long. Get subject enables false. Let's copy this. Let's copy that in here. This one is a duplicate because I wanted to keep the message something else. That's shorter, so it should be good also. Action, we do something else. Control's already in there. Let's format the document. Let's try to find this one interesting. Overridden by Ribbon API. This already in the resources. Yes. Something. Let's make sure that it's shorter. Just so we know we need to update this. Copy. That's the description. Let's see. What we do this ID. That's in there. That's not in there. Title. Oh, we named it title as well. hopefully enabled for now. Function name get subject. Save. Let's see if it still works. No. So we must have an issue here. That means there's an issue with the XML. Now the question is, what is the issue here? Learn how to add more controls. Execute function in menu. Office menu. We do have this one. Office tab, group, control, action. We are on the Office tab. The default is there. Up to 6 groups added per tab. 6 groups. Still an ID. No. We have the group label. That's the control. Type button. Don't we have a... Yeah, that's still the ID, so that doesn't need anything else. The label. That's in there. Soup tip. Then we have the icons. We have the icons. Yeah. Type show task pane. Oh, we also need the functions in here. Because we specified here function name, but it doesn't know about the function file. Function file. Highlight selection. That's the function. This one is in the commands. Highlight selection is matching this one. Then you need to add it in the XML as well. Function file, there it is. Mailbox, form settings, desktop settings, factor. There, so this one. Oh. And now we have to find this one. We are looking for remote app URL think commands. Then now we have the shared. Let's open the Excel one. Shared runtime. Shared runtime doesn't specifically have one for Outlook, is it? Support for Outlook, but not for... Okay. So let's have a look at the repo then on GitHub. Samples. Let's have a look at Outlook. This is the new one, spam reporting. Enable beta APIs in JavaScript. That's tricky. To test the get as file async. npm thingy. This one is throwing a dialog. So let's have a look at the code here. Manifest. Function file. Copy. Just copying the code from Eric's thing. This one is this. need the -1 version. -1 version. Let's close the other one to be sure. Where's the manifest here? There. Function file. No, that's not the right place. There. That's good. Now we need a function file, in this case web view runtime. This one, the URLs. Let's pick the local one. Copy. Yeah, that's true because I renamed it. Let's keep the same convention. So Outlook apparently is a little bit different. Given that it looks like it doesn't allow shared runtime. Is spam reporting HTML in source? Yeah, there's not much in there. Copy. Add new item. Commands.html. So this one actually doesn't have much to do with Blazor at all. In this case, I think commands would be enough, sufficient. And the Office version. That's a good comment. Do we use the beta? We have the 1.1 version in here. What's the latest version for Outlook here? Apps for Office. Let's search for apps for Office. Finite operates and manages Office 365 service provided by the licensed Microsoft Technology to provide 365 services for China. Okay. Governance Cloud. Version 1. There's beta, but what's the latest version here? Update to the latest Office JavaScript API function version 1.1. It's 23 November. Use the most up-to-date project files. For projects created before the release of version 1.1, you can update project files using NuGet Package Manager, npm, but we don't use npm. In this case, they just reference 1. The 1 in OfficeJS specifies the latest version 1. That was not my question. My question was, which one is the latest one? Schema reference. There's the 1 again. Because I also believe there's a 1.1. Well, that's what we use here. Copy. Let's go to here. Yeah, that does exist. And we also have the 2. No, we don't have a 2. We do have a 1, I think. And we should also have, I think, a beta. Not beta. Yeah. What's the difference? Is there a version in here somewhere? (16.00). Every Office thing is 16.00. Agavito. Windows RT. It's even looks like that even Windows RT is supported. let's for now use the 1.1. That's the general available version. This is Outlook add-in, yes. We are loading commands.js. That's not true. Oh, it is true compared to this file. That means we are loading www commands HTML. Go to the XML version there. Remote app commands.html. Let's see if we can get that deployed. I think it is, and we do have 2 buttons now. It is loading this one, because that's part of the... Oh, it turns into 2 small buttons due to the size, I guess. Yeah, it is. It's interesting if you make this even smaller, then the 2 buttons resolve into 1. Now I have a group with 2 buttons. So let's see this one. Let's find the first one with the attachments in there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Home. Let's pick one. This has a picture on it. There's a file that should recognize the attachment, and it does read the attachment, giving an ID and the first attachment's name. And this is the contents of the attachment. Now the question is, can we click that one as well? You could see that it actually was reading the Blazor function. Clear all. Because this doesn't have a shared runtime, let's click the button there. Something else, loading commands. And it finished. It did not go to the debugger. And obviously it did not do anything here as well. So let's add some logging in here as well. Copy. Do we have the Excel version open? No. CD 2024 03 28-1 CD Office and open check out this one. It's already on there. Code dot. Yes, I trust myself. So go into samples and then go to Blazor and then go to Excel and have a look at the Excel add-in root commands. There should be some logging, I guess. Here, copy. And instead of create bubbles, we put in something like this. Something like so. So we're only logging it. Save. Unknown payload type ping. Okay, I think that is to do something with the hot reload. Let's see, let's stop this to be sure, and let's make sure that we clear the cache as well. Where is my terminal? There. No, we need the Explorer for that. Local app data. Microsoft. Office 365. 16. There. WEF there. Delete. That should clear the cache at least. Let's make sure it's saved and then we run it. Now let's see if we can get some logging. Oh, yeah, it was WebAssembly. Why is it giving an error? Is it giving an error? Subject not defined. That's from the web view, I think. Clear all. And go and find one with an attachment on the here. Read the attachment. And it did read the message ID something else thingy. So that actually worked. That's the good news. But is there something that we also can do with JavaScript? What's the Office context that we are into in this case? Go in here and then we have the Blazor page. Where's the Blazor page? There. Index as Razor. Read the email attachment if mail read data is not null. That's the UI, but we want to do things without the UI. So because we don't have the UI, I think this one's not going to fly. Let's also put some Blazor output in here. This is the Excel file. So if you go in here and have a look at the index, this has a style sheet in there. It's probably also in here. Yeah. There's the image on the home page, but we are not using the UI. We could render this as well. In here. But this time it's not in the head, but it's in the body. We do have commands in here as well, but if we do that at the end of the body, and we put in the WebAssembly, remember we are not in a shared library here, shared runtime, so you will get a separate Blazor startup. That's somewhere in here, in this one. This does not log when hosted in a full browser instance outside Outlook task pane. Let's see if we can get that in the logging as well. Save. That's the app. This one. And the error class. Copy. Let's bring that into here as well. Note that this status that the body is empty on purpose, but I want to do something with Blazor. But I don't need the footer. And I don't need a header. And I actually also don't need the main. So let's keep it like so. It's almost empty. Save. Outlook is still running. Close that. F5. It is loading. Let's close this. Clear all. Now let's select one of the mail items first. IV70. I don't know how other viewers think about this, but it would be nice to have some list of steps you are trying to get through to get to your goal. It is difficult to figure out what you are doing now. And that's true, because it's also very complicated what is happening here. And at this time, I'm still trying to figure out what the flow would be. But I agree with you. It's quite confusing if you're not into this yet. But that also means that you need to watch more often so that you also get acquainted to the structure of the OfficeJS add-ins. But I definitely want to put the if the pull request is ready, I will also put it in a blog file and the README. For now, if you want to start with the basics, you could go to where is the browser there? To the GitHub environment. This is the official Office Dev add-in samples repo, and if you go to samples in there and go to the Blazor add-in, that's what we are working on. Each of these individual items, I finished already with the Excel and Word add-ins for the adding commands, and I'm now customizing this one. So if you want to follow along with the basics to just do the task pane startup first, you can follow along with this section. And let me put that in the chat. That's the one I'm customizing, and you can find the customizations. Come on. In my own repo, the fork, samples again, and now Blazor add-in, and there are the updated ones. If you look at this one, for instance, the Excel Blazor add-in, this one already has on root. It's not yet. You have to switch the branch first. On this one, am I on my own? Yes. Switch to the branch. This one. That's called. Well, I can basically copy this URL. That's the forked one, and that's the most recent one. That's not pulled into the pull request for the Office repo yet. Once this is finished, I will also update the text, the README file with that, because there's no information on that. You can see that last thing I updated it to .NET 8. I did that before adding the add-in commands. So once we have the add-in commands ready, like what we're doing today, I'm going to create a pull request and update the README as well. But I do agree it's kind of complicated if you look at the how it's working. It's not as easy as VBA or Let's close a lot of these things. Close that as well. Yeah, the best thing obviously would be to just subscribe to the stream or the flow or whatever, follow it on Twitch if you don't already do so, and learn every week with me because I'm also learning here. Let's close Outlook here and start it over because I forgot where we were. F5, let's see if it's loading. It is loading. Now you see that Blazor is also loading. And it's even rendering. That's interesting, it's rendering the Blazor context already. Even though there's no UI here yet. I was looking for the one with the attachment in there. Maybe I should just forward this to myself again. Forward and do that like Maarten as office developer, so that it's on top of the list again. There it is. Let's see if let's clear this first. Clear all. It's even somewhat new to me, although I have been working with it for years already, but it's still work in progress, even from the Microsoft program group. And we try to get it up to standard for the Visto environment. But it's a complete different beast. This one is decoding the attachment. So if I go in here and then we cleared the output already, and then we click on this and do something else. Let's see if it's doing something. It is doing something, but it closed the socket. So what happens if we click it again? So let's open the other one first and see if we actually have updated the commands file. Sources, and then we don't see the command file. That does mean I think it's not loaded. Let's clear the sessions here. Oh, what I also could do here is it still running? It's not. Did it just close it? It's still working. It's loading it again. Clear all. Reading mailbox item, read the attachment. It's trying to read the attachment even though it's, it does have something selected. Oh yeah, it's processing the task pane here as well. And reading the attachment of the email. Oh, I was thinking why wasn't it selecting thing, but it's in the break again. Let's clear this again. Still wondering if it's also doing the reading the commands. Maybe we can put a breakpoint on there. No, that's not this one. This one. Commands. There. As you can see, it's not attached yet. That's kind of strange. It does show the error message, but not the loading of the file. Obviously has been loaded already, the commands file, at the first run of the commands HTML. There's logging in here. Clear all. Let's close this again. Now the question is, what can we do in here? That also addresses something in the Blazor environment. Get email data. This is all C#. But this is interacting again with the JavaScript module. So what we did in Excel was doing something like this is the Excel add-in. Where's the commands thing there? In here we are running create bubbles or highlight or something else. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Can we zoom in here? What's the zoom thing here? View. Control equal. Yeah. So let's see, what we do here is we call a function and there's the event again, and then we do something and we call something. We also have a simplified version by doing something like this. This is invoking method async, the method name that's in here. And so this one is called by this one. So instead of moving into the other one, we can also go directly to there and invoke something. Copy. Let's call the finally in there as well. I think that's good practice. Event completed. Try catch. Something. Do we have try catch in here? We don't. So that should be good to do that as well. Try catch error, copy. Oh. That's a good comment. Note in the production add-in, notify the user through the add-in's UI. How smart is that? Now let's do something in the logging. Obviously, the risk of doing things in the error catch and trying to do things as well is that you might also create an error in the catch environment. Let's take that out and make that error here. And then call finally, copy. And instead of this name, we put in get subject. So now instead of doing nothing, we want to do something like so. Copy. Initializing. And it's not name because we don't have an entry there, but we have now get subject. And we need a JS invocable function here to call. That's the Blazor add-in function. So let's just leave that out for now. Just let's see if we can get the logging out. Save. Then going to clear the cache again. Local app data. You've seen this probably already 1,000 times. Office 16. Something to memorize. Delete the WEF folder. That's the web view folder. Did we save it? Yes, we did save it. F5. We now have nice on top. Wait for it to run, and it's going to on after async. Interesting that it's doing the initializing the Blazor environment here. I think that's not done if you are, but that's the reason, because it's opening the web page, I think. But it's not showing. And did it immediately terminate, maybe? First renders true. So you see that the index file is, the index razor is triggered. But the question is that triggered by index or by the other one? Oh, and what we also can do here is take the commands out because it's now loading twice. So take this out from the index file. Let's close Outlook. Oh, it's trying to render it again. Looks like it's rendering it whenever this gets focus. No, it's not just once. Let's close this and restart it. taking out the thing from the index again. Let's go to the cache again. Should make a macro for that local app data. Microsoft Office 16 WEF Dell. Let's start this. And it's breaking again. Let's read a little bit about this. Loading all kind of things. Then it's having the website up. Hosting environment development. And it tells us that it's loading Office outside of the browser, so outside of the window Office. So this is the browser function, but it's not showing anywhere, right? So that's interesting. It's somewhere hidden in the background. Now it said loading the command.js, and it was running the function, getting subject, get subject, and then it's closing the socket again. On .NET Watch. So what happens if we run it again? It's doing the exact same thing again, except for loading command that's already been done. In this case, it's just calling it. And it's a different thread, but this time it's like giving .NET TP workers. We can repeat it at least. Now if we open the task pane, let's clear all. Now we get a new Blazor instance, and it's initializing again. And now we probably don't have the commands. There's no commands there. Doing all kinds of things that are on the task pane. Still, there's no commands in here because we are not using this shared runtime. Let's click the shared runtime again. No, not shared runtime, the button command. It's doing still the same 3 lines, not loading command, because that's already been loaded earlier at this stage. Now the question is, can we also address the JavaScript functions on index in here? So to get that in, we need something else. If we look at Excel, we have like the bubbles page. pages, bubble, and what we, but in this case we are rendering the file, so that's interesting. And if we do something like so, this doesn't look like the most recent version of Excel, but anyway, let's see if we have the eraser thing there. JS invocable and it's doing just returning something. Say hello functions. That means that we need something. So why is this saying Blazor function file? That's not right. So let's have a look at here. Yeah, it's only Excel, only Outlook here. Let's see if we can call this copy. From here. We need to save this. So this should be visible. Copy. Expose, that is. I think we already copied that, yes. Copy. So what we need to do here is do something like so. We have the variable name. Let's kill that. We're calling the function on the Blazor add-in. And is that the name of our thingy here? Oh, I want to compare again. What's this one? Yes, the Blazor add-in. Let's see if it's also called pages on the Excel file. Yes, it is. Then going to commands, we are still using Blazor add-in. So the method name should be, oh, that's duplicate. No, not Blazor add-in, that should be this, hello functions. And the parameter that we put in there is since software from Blazor. And that should return something. That's returning the string with a name included. And it's not the Blazor functions file. This is the Blazor index file. Save. Let's see if we can just invoke it without, while it's already injected. First render. It's like importing the index eraser files. And if mail read data equals to null, then it's trying to read the email data. And it's trying to decode the attachment. Okay, let's save this. Let's see if we can invoke the hello function there. Five. The browser is shutting it down, but that's not an issue. Now select this. Now we have an email available. If we go to button, something else label. Now it's giving an error here. Await is only valid in an async function at the top level bodies of modules. So where do I use the await? Oh, in here. And it's also giving something else. OfficeJS is not fully loaded. And it's kind of looping there. At least that looks like it. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, or whatever when you Twitch or in YouTube to see the follow-up of all of this. I'm not going to make it too late today because I'm kind of exhausted. Select the data async. But this is the command thing. Yeah, so we're calling an await thing there, and we don't want, well, we do want that, but then we need to make sure that the calling thing is also async. This one is not async. Just looking at the Excel thing here, because we have few examples here. Inject allow null. This is doing the JavaScript import. If you want to reroute to JavaScript again, so these functions are in JavaScript again, where we call public static async thing. Copy. This is from the command window. So if we compare that to this, that should be public static async task. need to bring back a string result, task result. Let's Google that quickly. Return string from async task. Where is the thing? Think of the task string return type as a promise. You need to do this since you are calling async synchronously, but I don't want to do it synchronous. Let's see, what do we have in commands here? Async. Where's the right thing there? Function. Create bubbles. Highlight select index. Async function. There. Async. Now we even have await, and we return, I think, something like a string in here. With email data, this one should return a string. That's a reference. This is the CS file. That's returning nothing. This one is returning something. Async method lacks a wait operator and will return synchronously. Oh, there's no await. Yeah. That's no problem for now. Save. And save this as well. Let's clear the cache again. Refresh. There's the web folder again. Let's run this. Oh, we still have Outlook running. Close this. That would close everything. Yeah, that's a warning that it will run synchronously. It's now also loading the page. That's interesting. And the reason for this error is because it's not in the Office context. We should fix that somehow. Let's have a look at this. Did it load commands already? Commands. No, that's right. Because if we clear this and then we click the button, something else. Now it should load commands and it's doing that. .NET is not defined. And in this case we are missing the Blazor initiation. Because the second time, I guess now it will work. Clear this up. Then we do it again. And it's still not defined. We've been running into this before. And the reason is it's not, I think it did not load the UI yet, specifically for the commands file. So let's try to open the UI here. Now it did open twice. First was the first render and the second one is first render false. Now let's clear this again and see if we now have a .NET environment. Still don't have that. So this one is not available at this time. We did have that before. Let's have a look at the Blazor add-in module here. If we compare that to the Excel version. This does not log when hosted full browser outside thingy before start entering function. Host type is Outlook. Let's see, because we have some information here. Saying this, console log, copy. That's before we start. Why some options? Now it's rendering again. Why is it rendering again? Also, if we go in here and we are going to look at F12. Clear console. Let's try running the function again. So that's not doing anything here. Do we even see this? Oh, this is not the updated version. Yeah. It's now reloading it. Oops. See, the commands are not visible in here. So what I believe that we did last time was not using this commands file, but using the index file. And instead doing like, let's see if in here we have the index file on dub root. Where is the root folder? Oh, it's in here. There. There's commands, there's index, indeed. This one is loading the commands there. Copy. Close this. Go into here. We sneak in the commands like so. Now the question is, do we still need to do that in here? Or do we also name that index.html? That means we need to go into Blazor XML instead of doing this. We say that the function file is exactly the same like so. Not sure if that will work, but let's try that. Because in Outlook apparently there's separation between the function and the task pane URL. Save. Save this as well. Let's close the Outlook version here and clear the cache. There's the cache again. Delete. F5. you should now see the commands in here. And we see that Blazor is loaded as well. F5. First render has happened, I guess. But this is the browser error because this one is still not loading. It also should not load in the browser, but it is apparently. Let's have a look. Clear this. Then go to Outlook. Then select the not the reply. Select this and then do something else. It's now doing something else. Oh, we are still going in here. It's trying to read the attachment. That's something we did not want to do there. But let's see what we have in here. Loading command.js. And it's not command, it's commands. .js. Then it's loading the Blazor module. Oh, we are rendering again. Looks like there's a repeating timer on that. An entering function before start. That's in here. Hot reload. Entering Office already. This one. Then it tells us we are roasting in Outlook now. Finished already. Then execute function works. Button something else. This one is going wrong. No call dispatcher has been set. Google JS invocable. I'm experimenting with the WebAssembly app. When web page loads, this is actually the same thing. This is the JS invocable thing. Welcome to Blazor. Who is answering this? Jan B. Who is Jan B? From Infinity Loop. Let's see. What's the message here? Finally, I would suggest reading the docs at call.net.js. That's basically what we did last time. The way you include the script in your index HTML means that the script is executed before the WASM app is loaded. That's interesting. To solve the issue, good practice is to use the JavaScript interop in Office render async lifecycle method. And that's a problem that's not there yet. So if you update your script like .NET statical function and do something that's in here as well. Yeah, he's doing the same thing there. But in here he's doing this. .NET invoke method async. Then results something. Then in your component page, you will able to do something like, that's the list, this is the invocable thing. In here, on after render async, so he's calling load items. That's this one, load items. I think this is not happening if we're looking at the Excel thing. Window Blazor start. There's a way to ensure Blazor is initialized before trying to call interop. Modify your index to prevent Blazor auto-loading. Auto-load is false. And then from here it's doing it like so. That's interesting. Copy. Commands. I wonder if that's working. If we do something like so. I think we did that differently with the Excel file. With Excel we had a different option there. Where is it? The bubble chart thing, the pages here. We're calling something on Razor there. That's the UI that we're not using, but we are using something similar, like not this one. I do want to adopt this one, by the way. In here. Save that. So let's have a look at the Excel. Copy. Let's put some additional information in here as well. Index Razor CS, Index Razor CS in console. What does it say in here? Node.js runtime invoke client library after started, then something, but only hosted in the full browser. There's a lot of information there that's actually not used. Importing JavaScript Razor there. But let's have a look at the bubble chart thing there, here. we're now doing is doing something different here. We're calling the JavaScript function, but we don't need that yet. But we need this one. Say hello functions. Still, we don't need these are the JavaScript functions, and we don't need JavaScript functions. So we do JavaScript invocable, but we the question is, do we get the .NET environment active? Because we don't need all of this, because we don't use JavaScript in here. Oh, yeah, JavaScript. It's not in the first render, is it? No. It's a separate function. Say hello functions. Say hello bubble. Copy. This is the one that's called public static async task. What? Okay, yeah. Why is this so slow? I do remember also that, let's have a look at that. GitHub.com. We look at this. In here, let's have a look at the issues. Who's creating pull request there? Bumping graph, okay. Close this as external. That's the type reference. This is JavaScript. Publish Blazor star.js to npm. Okay. It's already 10:30. Definitely need to wrap up now. I want to go into the issues and then show connection status. And begin ASP.NET Core Development Exception Page text. There's a lot of things in there. Definitely need to update this Blazor head context throws an exception. Blazor app. Oh, this is a completely different repo. I was wondering why that's what there's a big list. That's not that active usually. Issues, debugging, create objects, push. Let's have a look at this repo there. Debugging Blazor add-in. It should be a repo somewhere. That's mine. Submitted a repo. That's just not. That's me. Solve this. That's about .NET invoke method async disabled. Finally understood that the multi-threading is not available. Let's have a look at this. I need a repo for that. Where's the repo? Look here, that's the add-in. Then we have root index. This one has the page with the function in there. Go back to here. This is the trick to do the side loading. And then the pages, and he's loading this one, I think. Public static and some array. That's my disabled function. So he's doing like local function. Let's go to the SAML file. Side loader. This is side loader XML. That's the manifest file. There we should have something like a function. Lots of images, lots of languages there. It's a URL section there. It's just loading index.html for the function. But this also have a shared render. Yeah, but this is the Excel one. So the entry point here is that it's loading at index.html. The function default function. So the function file URL is disabled because you have the shared runtime. Shared runtime. It's not doing, it's only doing that for Excel, PowerPoint and Word and not for Outlook. This is unified as the JSON layout of the there you are. And this is also taking TypeScript. Manifest. This is still the XML manifest file, by the way, so it's kind of mixed in here. So let's wrap it up for now and see if we can get the .NET runtime triggered from the JavaScript next time. Let's make a note for that on my scripts there. Try to get the .NET runtime running from commands.js in Outlook. Let's put a date on there as well, April 4, 2024, so I don't forget about it next time. Good. At least we have some things working. We can address the function if it's plain JavaScript. But if we want to address the C# thing, it's still not working at this time, at least. Save this and close all of this. Yeah, save it. Close solve that. So we clean sheet now. Go back to the main window. So that was the live stream. We got the JavaScript function running from Outlook, from the ribbon. That's a good start already. So the next thing would be to trigger the .NET environment as well. We've done that before with Excel and Word, but that's a little bit different because they are also allowing shared runtime, and that's not available in here. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and follow if you're on Twitch. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Next time will be next Tuesday, and next Tuesday we will continue with the Maui Blazor shared integration. That's a mouthful of text, but that's something different where we try to run native things from Blazor. Eventually, hopefully also from the Office add-ins, but that's kind of tricky. Let's first try to see and get that the integration working. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope to see you next Tuesday, and bye bye. Have a good night rest if you're in Europe, and have a great day if you're on the American side of the world. And see you next week. Bye bye.